I have a memory that I can't explain. I've looked for logical explanations, but none seem satisfactory to me. It first came to me when I was a child in bits and pieces, until one evening when a flood of detail returned all at once. It was Christmas time, and I stood there in my living room, dimly lit by only the lights of the Christmas tree. I looked to the mantel, and then to our large, rectangular picture window. Many times the impression that this window should be an oval had entered my mind. I was confused about why it wasn't. Now when I looked to the picture window, it became an oval again. I was in my mind's eye. So I turned my gaze toward where our kitchen should be. This too triggered a memory. There was a larger, more cavernous space of some kind here. It was bright. An impression of a large crowd. They were waiting for something. Now I was among them. I was waiting for my turn. My turn came, and I felt a great anxiety. But I stepped through the doorway and found myself in this space with the oval window. This darker space was somewhat formless and sparsely decorated. There were other beings here, much larger than I was, and their shape was like that of humans. They were like pure energy, sparkling and flowing. A large planet loomed directly outside. One stepped forward, very matter-of-factly raised one hand toward this planet, which I now recognized to be the Earth. "This is where you are going," it said. I was now very afraid.
"I don't like it there."
"But it is your mission." I became very upset, and he sensed this. "All right. Wait a moment." My guide walked over to his companions, who were of many varying colors. They stood in a circle and conferred with each other. I sensed no emotion from these beings. They were merely there to inform me. They felt like they were guides of some kind. "It has been taken care of. You must trust us and go." This is the entirety of what remains of this memory. When I was younger, I remembered great details of larger conversations. Every few years the memory would resurface again, only foggier. I didn't want to lose it, so I began to tell people. And I also wrote it down. In around 2012, I finally searched the internet for pre-birth memories. Actually, I'd tried once or twice previously over the years, but never found anything. And this time, I found a very large archive. And I couldn't believe my eyes when a handful of them were almost perfectly similar to my own account. Sometimes these people were given a choice about what kind of life they could live, or who to be born to. I don't personally remember such choices anymore. Maybe they were there, maybe they weren't. I just remember I didn't want to go, and these guides arranged for a solution to make me feel more comfortable in my life. When I thought about it, the layout of my home, which my father had built some years earlier, resembled that space in many respects. It was as though they had instructed it to be built this way, so perhaps I would feel like I was in a familiar place when I was brought into this world. So what you've just seen and heard is a true account, as best as I can recall, of what I can only classify as a memory from a pre-mortal existence.